Is the show really streaming on YouTube? Do we have everything working? It's a sound check. Hey, welcome. We're here. We're in HD, very clear, my dears. Welcome. Hey, man, hopefully the words, make sure the words matching the lips. Got the iPhone, using it as a camera today. Finally got that hooked up. I forgot all about using the OBS as a camera. So right now we're in 1080p, believe it me, and we can control the lighting too. So let me know which one is better, this one or the automatic. But I'm just playing around with y'all. This is Just Tainow, a place where we combine our mind with our heart, see what our gut mind is saying, connect all those three circles, let whatever come out, just come rushing on out. Whatever circles you got coming that you want to connect to, join the conversation on the Discord or in the chat below, and we can tie it all on together. Hey, Exile, Grand Rising. The sun is up, triple sun, triple S. It's an awesome day. This show is brought to you by www.justtainow.com. Check it out. Find true life stories. Find a Just Tainow store. Just Tai VR, Timation Studios got a lot of animations, a lot of toys, collectibles, information, insights, psychedelic information. A lot of cool things you can find on them sites. Even groups where you can post and things like that. So be sure to check out justtainow.com. But yeah, let me get back to this. It's our daily schedule. I was gone for a while. I'm so happy I can scream and talk and sing a little bit, but I need some water. So let's get that down. It's right here. Because I was out of commission for a while. At first, the internet making this awesome animation called Metamorphosis, the butterfly. I put the short out there, the caterpillar going into the Buster 3000 and coming out as the meta butterfly. While I was rendering that, I plugged my computer up in the living room because I was like hooking up to the TV, just trying to integrate in the living room without being stuck in the room all the time. And while I was rendering, it caused so much energy, I blew the circuit. It had already had some wear and tear on it. But I brought it to its tipping ground. Literally, the circuit box wouldn't trip anymore. But I was able to get it out. And I was happy I was able to do so. And then after that, once I got all that put together, I went through the tooth thing again. So luckily, I got the dental insurance popping now. And we're going to get everything straight. Because when I couldn't talk, I'm happy to be here with y'all today and being able to smile. Oh man, it's always a trip going through pain. That's why I like things to be serene and have everything be cool in the everyday environment. Make sure my situations are approached in the way that I want to approach them. So when you're sitting there by yourself, it's not just all chit chattering. Oh, you should have did this, or oh, what about this going on, or this or that. I had so much more peace this time around with this toothache. Something flew in my eye. Hold on. With this. So I was watching a couple movies, just chilling with the family and doing the homeschool thing. Because I still homeschool my daughter. So I was just doing whatever I could do under those conditions. And it was a lot more relaxing. Because people get you caught up in a lot of things. And convince you that it's what's needed for right now. And that's what I was getting caught up in with family situations. And I'm like, I got a lot going on right here. I don't really want to get caught up in all this right now. And I know it's like heart to heart, but I got stuff going on over here, but I'm really test. All right. It's like why don't you just like tap the cord just a little bit? The port inside of my computer is not that strong with gripping the gripping the USB Type-C port. So I'm probably going to have to buy an extension for that so we can keep this flowing. One tiny tap, and I'm froze. I'm in the twilight zone. But yeah, do what you want to do with your life, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, do what you want to do for. There we go. At least I just gotta click the reconnect to device button, and then it pops back up. That's all. That's all. That's all. But yeah. Be yourself in situations. Be yourself in situations. And sometimes yourself is going to be who you really are. Because, man, I be like saying, I don't want to be caught up in movie situations. I already see myself playing that role, the little kid or the grown guy being desperate in situations. I don't have that long. Alright, let's hope. I still got the other camera set up, so just in case, we could jump right back into 720. But yeah. Doing what you want to do in situations. Because once I start doing psychedelics and stuff and getting my own story, all the whispers of people saying, oh, you should do this to get here, or you should really do this and do that. And then you have thoughts when you look at them like, well, where are you doing? You really where I want to be at in life and stuff like that? And when you really got your own intuition of where you trying to be, you start rubbing people a little wrong, but it ain't really wrong. It's just the situation at hand, and everything is going to be all right. So like situations with family members, they get caught up, even with friends, with tight friends, and they'd be like, "Oh man, we got to do this. We do this together. We both going to be good in the long run and everything." I was like, "No, I have so much going on, and if you want to be a part of what I have going on, especially when they don't really know what I have going on, when I bring it up, it's like, oh, that's cool. Look what I'm doing." It's like it's just the atonement that I'm. As I grow older, my attachments to people, it's just different vibes now. I'm not so, oh yeah, that's everything. I didn't know what I was doing before. Like, oh, thank you for bringing about this. Like, I don't know, like a dawn, or like somebody say, oh, I got this. Y'all know what I mean. It's just having your own mind is a very cool thing to have in situations where you want actual peace when you go to sleep. Because people don't think you should have peace, or people think that it's always supposed to be in survival mode. Like, you're always supposed to be like you in survival. Like, oh, you'll rest when you make that $100,000 or make your first million. That's when you finally rest. Or when you finally cool, like when you handle high situations. But you can rest at any moment. You can rest at any moment and really do what you want to do. I'm going to open up the Discord too. Let me get in there. Brighten it up. So if y'all want to chat, tie alongside, the button is right here. But yeah, it's funny. It's really funny. Just going with your own life, especially at a young age like me and stuff like that. Because I usually hear this kind of thing from older people. And they say, yeah, man, people tried to do this, and finally you just had to leave some situations alone and focus on what I really want to grow. Because where our thought, we only have, like, we got unlimited energy, but we still go to sleep. So it's only about a certain amount of things we could do in a day. And that's going to add up to the next day and the next day and the next day. So it's awesome to be able to have things on track. Where you could say, hey, this is leading up to that. Or at least I'm putting my energy into this. And then putting it into the cycle and seeing what output. Because like it's different cycles, like different machines you can put your energy into throughout the day. And just see what you get out. You can't like control it. It still runs its own algorithm in and of itself. But it's like where the energy is being inputted to. And then it's going to output through the machine. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you start getting into it. Yeah. And to jump in this, jump into something fantastic real fast. I'm gonna show y'all the metamorphosis animation that blew out the socket and caused me not to bring the live show to y'all for a bit. But here it is right here. I described it earlier, the metamorphosis. Oh, no. They showed it on the wrong screen. Well, they showed it on this screen, not the wrong one, just a small one. Here it is. Come on. Get my nerves right. There we go. Woo! Hey. Put that thing on loop because you know I'm going to have to play it a couple times. Boom. Like right here, it's going in, and I titled this, if you look it up, it's like, what is nature? What is natural? What is unnatural? What causes things to evolve? What causes change? Is it all in the mind, or is it fully dependent on the physical? That's what this piece represents, as the so-called organic caterpillar goes through a chrysalis, his own mechanical chrysalis, and comes out with a technology that helps it fly better than any butterfly ever seen before. Ever. It got that's a Mechatech on his arm. I keep saying arm. On his neck right there. It got sensors and also the goggles that allows it to see far and sense the pollen and the different colors and stuff, so it can get to the right flowers for better pollination. So what is that? What is nature versus nurture versus technology versus trees? That's what I want. And it's available on Mintable as an NFT, and I'm gonna be giving away 2 of them. If enough people pop in, I want to give away 2 of them. I want to airdrop 2 of these to 2 people if I could find a way to do that. And it's also that come alongside with this, I made an AR file for it, for the caterpillar, the meta caterpillar, and the meta butterfly, the meta caterpillar. Y'all get it. I made 20 of them, and it's a 3D thing like this. But it goes with it because you're able to put it on your phone, and then you can see it and make it as big as you want or small as you want and stuff like that. I think I programmed it so that it actually spins around. And I'm giving away at least like 5 or 7 of these for free. Like I just have to click the good old transfer button, which is over here somewhere. Bang, bang. And then you drop the Ethereum address, and it's yours right away. I got the unlockable in there. It's only unlocked if, well, I can see it because I'm the owner of it, but the unlock address so that you can get the AR file, which you can use on your iPhone and Android too, I believe. Just download the Adobe Arrow app, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I'm going to be airdropping a couple of those, the Meta Butterfly and the Meta Caterpillar. And how you can get that is just let me know. Just let me know if you want one. Because as we move forward, I'm creating a lot more things that's just what I'll be tying on during the day, including some more mushroom experiences and stuff like that. But sticking to what this piece not nature versus nurture. Technology versus what grows out of the ground with water and things like that. What is the difference? And what I mean by like that, should we not gear towards technology, or should we gear towards technology? Should we destroy nature and create more technology? Or should we fuck technology and say, hey, we just need to grow some trees and use only sustainable resources? Because there's people that, like I just put it, that take the complete opposite poles of it. And that's what we watch on the news. Well, I don't watch it. I watch it on YouTube. That's still the news. I didn't mean like not the mainstream news. Oh, it's a chat. It's something I'm looking for. There we go. I'm trying to get the chat box in here. Bang, there we go. There we are. Like, what are y'all opinions? What are y'all opinions on that? Because how I look at it, it's a big fight for nature. That's a real sensitive word. Like, in my opinion, I see the blending of technology and nature helping us survive in this ecosystem that we're a part of. Not even just a part of creating, but a part of existing in. Like, we exist as nature. We are nature. we're nature, just like the trees, just like the grass, just like the rocks. It's like the earth grew people. The earth grew some people, and that's who we are. So for me, the things that we come up with is a part of what nature is innately of itself. It's like that's what nature is. Us, part of it. So for me, the fear kind of lessens, or I would say the two poles of saving, only going for the trees and fucking technology, or fucking nature and only needing technology. I see a big blend of it, because as I just walk around my daily environment, like I said, what is your story? Instead of getting caught up in what this person is saying, this person is saying. I use the phone when I'm walking outside, breathing the air that the trees gave me. I'm walking on the ground in the grass and sitting outside looking at water with my earphones on. Technology's already blended right there. If you got to switch the DS to all the portable game systems and stuff, they tried to make it so you can go out and be in the parks and stuff like that. Just dying. Yo, see, hey, peace. Hey, thanks for coming on in. And Exile, you said check out hempwood.com. Yeah, oh, man, Exile, you need to hop on the Discord if you wish. But I'm going to go on there. This is because, Exile got the hemp coin out there. He got the hemp coin. He's been in part of the program for a long time. And they find a lot of sustainable ways to utilize hemp with building materials. And they still use technology, working with blockchain technology in order to help people, like with their financial systems in the hemp game. No, I think fear is only going to be stopping people, or the division, from catching on, or from expressing themselves, in a peaceful way, just bringing about peace.
Yep.
If only for a moment. Hey, Exile.
Hey.
What's going on? I'm just now checking out the Hempwood website.
You said technology and, either fuck the trees or, find a balance. Well, I think there is a balance. And through language and technology, different advancements that we're making, we could look back at the ancient past and see what kind of internal advancements each of these cultures made, like Hindu or, Africa or, Asia or Celtic advancements. But, the things that we have on our table today, we have to deal with. We're talking about walking in your, street, using your phones, paying taxes, got to eat. So, some of the things necessarily in the past aren't applicable today. We got to find a new way or new, as our language evolves, as our technology evolves, we're better define our experience, I think. And through transparent communication, like what we do when we have conversations or have a good transaction, I bought this banana. It was only whatever, you got a good deal for it and they both feel happy or whatever. So there's all kinds of these exchanges going on all the time. And the more we can build around it, the better off the society will be. So Hempwood, I posted that for an idea or a thing to point to where I say, hey, this is something that we can incorporate that's still kind of new but still kind of old at the same time. Like looking at ways that we're doing things might not be so beneficial to the environment which we inhabit, but we're not going to necessarily stop creating people, and people aren't going to stop needing food and shelter and what, and so the better ways that we become more beneficial to our environment, the longer and the higher quality of life we can sustain. Yes, sir. Hemp was made for everything. You had to grow hemp at some point in the U.S. history. Uh, it was, you look back at the Dow Chemical and the paper mills, kind of, and then Harry J. Anslinger, Harry or Henry, I forget, Anslinger, fucking of the DEA, or there's a big smear campaign in the early 20s and 30s to make this plant derogatory, just because of the people who were using it. It was a way of controlling people, and you see that anywhere. So yeah. Mm, I know. So hemp, it's a weed. So like they try to eradicate it around the Mississippi Delta, all along the Mississippi. You can't eradicate a weed. Like like so there's natural land races of this plant probably everywhere that are 300, 500, thousands of years, time is no, was that Arion and strain hunters? You talk about cannabis? Yeah. Right. And some people don't want to come off of those. It's been some kind of dilution might or may very well happen when releasing them to uncapable hands. So the secrets are still secret wherever they're secret. Well, there's there's parts of when you look at the front part of your hand, you just naturally don't see the back part of your hand. That's just how nature is. We can't. So, um, some things aren't maleficent. They're
Yes.
just, it's just naturally hidden. I don't know. Like, that's just how nature is.
A mystery wrapped in a mystery.
Hmm.
Wrapped in an
Slow
enigma.
motion this side.
Oh, infinite waters. And man, everybody's an inspiration, bro. A
That's
mystery
right.
too. That's what the
That's right.
inspiration is. The bigger the mystery, I see the bigger the inspiration. Cause you think you know what they talking about, but you really still don't. And that's what keeps me involved though. If I knew what was really going on, I'd probably just be trying to create it and not really try to be involved in it, like with my emotions. No, it is just something we create. And when you get involved in it, it's like, oh wow, I'm living inside of this.
Right. The difference between believing and knowing.
That believing and knowing.
Yeah, that's the difference between reading it in a book is believing it,
Mm-hmm.
and then working the job is knowing it. There's
Yeah.
some things that you're not going to be able to put in the book. You're going to write words down, but the words aren't going to translate to the experience because each experience is not the same.
I know. It's still just coming to you, like the
Right.
experience itself.
Right. All
Like
the
all these
time.
worlds, we just tapping into them. Everybody that ever wrote a book, they just tapped into an experience.
That's why somebody said I heard the resurrection is ongoing. I like that. It's
Mm.
not something that happened that's it's constantly going on. There's constantly energy moving up and moving down, and for things to exist, this needs to be how things work. Like without the trees dying and producing ground matter, we wouldn't have our microbes be able to eat to digest ground matter to feed the new trees.
Hey man, cycles. If it ain't cycling, it ain't going nowhere. Ain't no such thing as then they say ain't no such thing as a straight line.
Mm.
It's all curvy, all curves. I remember running across that and my teacher explaining that mathematically, Mr. Hunsberger, and I was like, I felt that it was some deep point to it, even if I didn't really know what it meant. I was like, yo, this is cool. There's no such thing as a straight line. Oh, just geeking out, nerding out on that fact. I didn't know what it meant. I just thought it was cool. Straight lines.
Certain manners of thought can open up that world of experience within yourself, and so yeah, part of this we do need others. Part of it we can access through our own capabilities, but also this is a conversation
Yeah, even if it's a
relation.
conversation through multi-space, like the person already passed on, they just left a book.
Right.
Oh, Exile. Speaking of conversations with dead people, I had a dream 2 days ago, or an experience while my eyes was closed, like at rest, as restful as I can get it. I was I saw my little cousin that had that went to another world a couple months ago. He was into some gang activity and stuff, and had got some just got shot and everything like that. And it was like real tragic event. So it's been some time, and I see like his mom posting pictures here and there, and but it's not really a parent thing that be on my mind just to set the story. Like, so probably he was thinking about it or something, but still, everything we think about is there. But he was vividly in that world. I was in like one of my old houses, and he was the age that he was at. He wasn't even a little boy. He was the same age as when he like left off, and I had such the vivid um comprehension of what was going on that I kept on saying, I said, "You're a ghost." Like that was how I talked. I said, "You're a ghost. You're a ghost." And he was just like not talking, but still expressing himself by moving around a lot. And at one part, he pushed me, but like in a real playful way to get me active. Like, you stiff right now. Like, come on, let's
Right.
run around. Let's run around. And that was like happening for like 5-10 minutes. I don't know how long it was in that room. I was like, "Yo, man, he was really there." And I woke up like it was the freshest thought on my mind, like it just happened yesterday. Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that.
it was cool. It was a fantastic dream too because that wasn't the only thing that happened, but that was the only thing I was able to bring back. But I was talking to a lot of people. It was amazing. I've been telling my girlfriend, I was saying, I don't really ever sleep. Like how people say,
Mm.
I was sleep, I just blacked out or something, and I'm just back up all restful. Like I still be restful. I get rest. Like I still wake up with energy to do everything that I want to do at times. Except for like a week ago when I started drinking again. And I was like, oh, that's what people feel. But I got that back on track. I got that back. Still being able to take a couple sips. But it feels like my mind is just always envisioning something. My mind is always somewhere, someplace. Even if it's not this mind, then it's another mind or but a whole nother gang of thoughts. Hey, we doing something. You ever
Like it.
yeah, it's exciting. Makes sure like I'm never bored. Like you said you ain't wanna be bored. Welcome to the big league. League now.
Do
Passport.
do I
Interdimensional
ever what?
passport. Like do whatever you want now. Like travel wherever you want. Like getting an interdimensional passport.
No, you're gonna ask a question. I thought I cut you off.
Oh, I was gonna ask, do you go through times like that, even if it's not like ongoing, like where you just dreaming and then you just up and then you start dreaming again.
I relate to what you said as even though the body's asleep, the mind or the soul or the energetic body, you can categorize these things in a bunch of different ways, but some part of you still always awake.
Yeah. And I think the thing about tapping into that part that's awake for most people, for me, is that it's so trippy that it can be anything. Like most people try to pull on the other side, oh, it's just this, or it's on the other side, it's just heaven, or it's just hell. I'm like, I don't know what is there. And I think that's what that curiosity is what innately draws me to those experiences. Or not draws me, but like have me aware of those situations instead of just purely being aware of my daily duty. Like I just remember what happened when I was walking, when I was at work or something like that, or when I was home watching TV. Like, oh, I remember what I was imagining last week, or just as much. And it might not seem valuable to most people, but it is to me. That's why,
Yeah,
like, yeah, that world of the
values
artist.
value is always perceived, and finding what is valuable to you, regardless of what the outside is telling you, will always hold true, regardless of time and space. That's where you find your innate. That's where you find your invincible. That's where you find your infinite. That's where you find the time that cannot be touched, the time that does not spin, the person who are does that does not age. These things can be ours, but they are not us.
We saw him just walking around. Like they don't gotta walk. We gotta walk.
Right,
Use these 2 feet.
right. A tree would never have the idea of a bicycle.
No, why would it need to? It just grow its roots. When the need arises, that's when get some surprises.
Hmm.
Things start evolving. I was gonna say evolving. Evolving. I don't know. I was trying to change evolving to rhyme with that. Kind of did. Yeah. It was nope, I don't remember. It was a movie
What's
that I
up,
was about
y'all?
to
My name
no,
is
no, stop
Benjamin
playing this.
Abiol.
It was this movie I was not coming. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. Got yeah, I got another like got until 1:15. Got my door 30. I'll help out.
All right.
Yeah. Um it's a lot of topics on my mind that I wanted to bring up, but I'm just talking. I just tying alongside with you. So whatever you want to bring up too. That's just an open forum. Hey, Big Chill. Peace, love, happiness, and good fortune. Oh, Yosef, I didn't even see you was typing down there. My bad. Oh, you said I see my father in a lucid dream. he did not look younger, and he passed. He passed a while ago. Oh yeah, thanks for sharing. That's our realities. Exactly. I live in multiple dimensions. Every time I fall asleep, I have either lucid dreams or out of body experiences. But for the past 2 years, I've been going to the same places every time I go to sleep. Oh, that's when it get wild. You ever go to the same places, Exile, in your imagination or in your dream? Ever the difference?
Imagination, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams, yeah, you could say it's a. I don't know. It's more of a like a if place includes resonance and state, yeah, then yes. It's usually just the what we would call the eternal blackness, the
Got you.
eternal void. The void is a constant
Yep.
enumeration.
Yeah, I be having experiences where I haven't been there in a while, but the only place that I used to go to that was similar was my old house. It was my old childhood house. I would always be in there a lot of times. And schools, but it wasn't never the same school though. It was just like I understood that I was in a school type setting.
Mm,
Yeah, like, oh, this is the school type setting. Oh, this was building it. Like it's not a corporation, not a McDonald's, and it's not no random meeting. Like this is a school building. But other than that, it's like yeah, it's just like it's no point in location. It's setting like hot, cold,
right.
sunny, dark.
Early on, I programmed my energy to be where it needs to be, to accept, to be as aware as I could be with all things around me and in me. It just seemed like that was what was needed for survival. So, uh,
No,
yeah,
that it.
fantastical environments and theory are very close to my heart.
You having me think about the old shows like Survival Man and stuff. I was like, they was in tune with the environment. They had to use everything around them. Even though they was on TV, they probably went to sleep, not just in the woods like they always said, but it was just that I used to watch those shows all the time, Exile. Just all the Survival Man, Bear Grizzly shows. Just like, what can you do with what's around you? Just even accepting it if you got to eat some nasty bugs. Like, oh, I would never eat that. Like, it's there for you. Got protein.
And entertainment too, and all the things you could look for uh, is around you, is just innately around you. If it's all upon your value perception though. What do you need? What do you want? And do you hold true?
You ever watched the? I doubt you watched it. It's a kid Disney movie called Treasure Island with The Rock.
I saw one of the first ones.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't. So I'm calling you out on the wrong thing. I didn't see the first one, but I just watched the second one. I need to see the
I haven't
first
seen the
one.
new ones yet.
Oh! It came out a long time ago with different actors and
Yeah,
stuff.
Treasure Island, I think. Yeah, came. There was a try to find it.
I can believe it though, cause Disney always trying to revamp movies and just add superstars to it. But in the second one, I brought it up because they went back to the island again so that he could find his grandpa. And his grandpa was like, when they finally found him, he's lived on an island for a long time. Like, see, I even have my own TV. And it was like a cutout in the wall facing the mountain volcano thing. And that was his TV, like watching it like that. That was how valuable it was to him. I was like, hey, I get it. I get it.
Right? Novelty. There we go. I'll put it in general. It was
So
in the 1950. It was created.
I found it. Thanks for 1950. And oh, that's long. Probably related. Oh, you ever see this movie called Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet. Nope.
I think I just unlocked the memory. Oh, I forgot all about this. Type that in real quick. Treasure
Leaving yourself
falling.
Easter eggs.
Yeah. Don't we all? Came out 2000. Trying to find the what it's actually about. I think they was traveling to other planets. I was acting like I was talking to Jamie right now. A little sound, Jamie. I was like, Jamie's not here. Keep that part to myself. Bring that thing.
Coming to theaters November 27th.
They probably shouldn't. Feel like this. I just want to see what they said was about. I remember it being really interesting.
You seen Arcane on Netflix?
This appears to be some
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
Mike trying to break up.
moment
I'm gonna go in and
Jim
go out too.
Hawkins had always dreamed of.
Whoa, treasure
Yes.
planet.
Now, he's determined to go for
Yes.
it.
This is my chance to set things right. I don't want to lose you. Make you proud.
Robert Louis Stevenson's greatest adventure, Treasure Island, as it has never been seen before.
Oh, so it is based off of Treasure Island. Exile. They just said based off the book Treasure Island, like you've never seen it before.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Treasure Planet.
Oh.
How cool is this?
What are you looking at, weirdo?
Yeah, weirdo.
Brace yourself.
Mind wipe.
Yeah, animations never die,
In
bro.
the flesh, except for skin, organs, or anything that resembles flesh.
2000. I think I was like in fourth or fifth grade. Them Easter eggs come heavy.
Hmm.
Yosef, he said, I could see. Oh, this is back we was talking about before. I see mom. So I have a house that I always go to. Yeah, sometimes also that's crazy that you said. That's the, that's probably just the things we can remember because it's so familiar to this. Right. So yeah, Treasure Planet. Having that, I was thinking about that curiosity, always going into the unknown, leaving where everything you thought you knew, going. It always seemed like it's for a goal too. Gotta get the treasure. Eat the treasure.
Hmm.
Like Prince said, everything that glitters ain't gold. And I ain't get that for the longest. You know what he meant by that?
Means you can't put lipstick on a pig.
You said you can?
You can't.
Oh, oh.
I mean, you can. I guess you can do whatever you want.
I was straight up envisioning a pig with lipstick. I was like, I don't know. Try again. Because I was looking at that line, was like, hey, that, it's not just it's not just gold that glitters. Other things that's out there that's valuable.
Sometimes it's not about quantity; it's about quality.
Yeah. But we do go for the glitter though. Shiny. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, fast and shiny. Even
Where
if it's
where
slow.
all where are all these things happening?
Not here. I wouldn't say it's
Well,
here. It's somewhere.
The light's getting reflected into my eye, and then the sensory is being picked up in my head. So everything's essentially happening in my head. And if it's happening in my space, then I should be able to control my perception of it, right? Do I want things to be pleasant or unpleasant? In my experience, if you had the choice, what would you choose?
Hmm. It depends. It depends. But yeah, I know what you mean. I really wanted to be pleasant. If I had a choice in the matter, I'm going for the pleasantry of life. I want some smooth sailing. But I want the smooth sailings though to be able to prepare me for the rough sea if they do pop up.
In the rough seas, are you not still aware in the same place?
Yeah,
Are you
you
still?
know,
Some part of you will be there regardless. So instead of being thwarted or surmounted by any kind of rough seas, any kind of inertia you carry into the situation will designate or determine your balance there in the middle and then after it, right? So the more balance that you can give yourself in, calmness or centered or awareness you give yourself in day-to-day life, when those things come up, then it's like, oh, I know, I can see it for what it is. I know what energy
that
needs
take
to happen here.
that take a ton of practice and experience. But yeah, yeah, it comes out. I'm just talking for everybody that's probably listening too, and myself at times, because I'm still in this game too. Come with a lot of experience, know how to ride the wave and and knowing how the emotions, how you feel particularly in those situations. Like not how somebody else is just feeling, but how you are presenting yourself. What's fears is going on in your mind and stuff. Like how you said, approaching a situation and having the choice to, hey, this is horrible, or hey, this is all for me and good. And like finding that middle ground where you just see what it is without going fully into nihilism or fully into, hey, this is everything.
Well,
Everything that will
yeah,
ever be.
part of that is true. Part of that is the false, because it's not, there's no masses of people. It's all individuals everywhere. Everybody
Hmm.
listening to this came to this radio podcast in their own certain experience. Maybe somebody told them about it or did a YouTube search, but it's them listening to it, right? Even if you're in
Yeah.
a group, everybody, so that value that you build is your own personal value that you can bring and then show transparently. So if we build these things transparently, that's oh, there must come a space of knowing within oneself, or else we're just regurgitating somebody else's propaganda.
All day, every day. I bring that up when I'm having conversations with people, like all on camera and off camera too. But more so off camera cause it's more I talk more, but when people say, yeah, didn't we I mean, isn't it crazy when we think and then they'll say something wild, like not always wild, but just like you mean like with the situation at hand, like where that like not just where it come from, like hey, like huh? And I was like, if you think hey, huh, it's like that's what you thinking. But if
Right.
sometimes if you go with conversation and you'll get warped up in yourself and like, yeah, that is how I think. And then you'll start saying things based off of what you believe. And just regurgitating all these
Right.
key points that you heard on the news or a friend said or your favorite music artist said, just feeding into the picture. And it's fun,
Bel-
but it's not.
Belief versus knowing.
Yeah.
You're coming to that point. You said it today. I can't listen to everybody. I got my own stuff to do. Because why? Because this is what you're doing. No, you don't got to believe it. You know what it's fucking is written into who you are. Like,
That's what I be saying.
please.
I like can't go against my own thoughts. Like that's just going against me. Like oh,
Exactly.
I think this, but I'm gonna go do this, and then when I sit alone, it's going to pop, and then sit alone and pop up. And then I went through so many experiences growing up. I was like, who am I listening to? Oh, this got this. It's like, wait, I'm talking right now to myself. I got the answer right there. I know how.
Who's talking? Who's listening? Answer. Answer me.
it's it's these vibes called I like called main character vibes. You start
Yeah,
tapping into
bro.
those main character vibes.
Third, third person omniscient at the same time first person. You're like, okay,
Oosh.
hold on. What the fuck? That's when no words right? You go internally. Hey, okay, who's here? What is me and what is mine? What have I accumulated and who am I really? Important questions.
It is. And when you assimilate that into your life, you go through a bunch of experiences. I'll take a couple hits. I don't want my
I'll join you.
Once I start smoking, I see my way I talk start switching up. But
Well, cannabis and smoke activates or blocks the throat chakra.
so you can zone out for because I was thinking that when you was talking, everything that we input into ourselves is experiences that we're wishing on ourselves to go through.
That's right.
That's why I'm
Either
like, hey,
knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or subconsciously.
yeah, I'll just keep. That's why I'm like, hey, I'm smoking. It is what it is. I know my voice gonna change up, but let's go with that. I'll just keep. Let me try to fix it one more time. Oh, it's ringing. You gotta call a backseat. That's all I need. Tastes good.
Hey,
Oh,
when I go to work, I usually
yeah.
hide. You know what I'm saying? You never go to work and hide. You know why? Because they
Why?
say a good worker is hard to find. And I'm a good worker, so no, I'm kidding.
No, that makes sense. Makes sense. But our outputs, what we input into ourselves and everything, that's what we gonna output. What was we tying on before? You talking about the word, talking about experiences and the we, and getting caught up
Knowing
in different.
versus belief.
Yeah, the first person, third person. And I was thinking of like when you really not even inputting words into yourself that much, you start really getting into the creative mode of like that observation of first person and the third person and seeing what's going on, or even the thing that created the code. That's when you tap into those real deep psychedelic spaces. And not just from taking psychedelics, just like what the word means, like mind opening, mind expanding or something
We are literally living drugs.
like that.
There's no, these are somebody else's words, but
Paul Stamus.
it's show me another mechanism on the earth that is more advanced than the human body.
For real. Oh, so many chemical reactions going on that it allows us to talk. and form words and have all these different cells and everything that has memory and digests food and takes in oxygen.
Where's the user manual? You ever put together a computer, you ever did something without using the user manual and then looked at the user manual and oh yeah, that's how that thing works. That's where that bolt goes. Or
Yo, you was talking earlier about leaving breadcrumbs and artists and stuff leaving breadcrumbs. Currency, every time I listen to his opening song, he got this mixtape called Owner's Manual. And the whole song, the first intro, he not even rapping on it. He just letting the beat play out. And then the last thing he say in there, he say Owner's Manual. You don't get it till you get it. Get it?
mm,
And it's so simple. I was like, yeah. That's the ultimate boss level to say. And I was like, few gonna get that, but everybody gonna feel it. Owner's
where is it
Manual.
written? If it's written anywhere, it's inside you. Where are you gonna look? You're gonna look outside you for that? You're gonna read it in English?
You usually keep the owner's manual inside the door dash of the car. Inside the
You're
you don't
gonna
keep it in
read
the
it. Is there
house.
pictures? Like,
Hey, trust me, once I had to figure out how to get where this fuses and stuff was with my last car, I really understood what the owner's manual meant. I like all these YouTube videos and stuff. Let me see what's in here first.
it's a beautiful day.
I was just thinking about customizing my car in the future.
Hmm.
I like customizing things, but I wanna wrap it or like do something, just do something unique with it. Or even rap. I want to get into the suspension, the engines. I want to get hybrid engines and stuff. I want to have
Mm.
multiple car. Like even that guy that made the water engine. Like I want to have people so dope around me that they know how to do that stuff. Like yo, I got this spare car. Like just work on it real fast. See what you can do. Work out this new engine. I'm just interested in that engine. I've been playing racing games all my life and like really been into it. And now I'm seeing like how video games, the how people trying to kind of put the separation when the money is not really there. Like, oh, I really love car, I really love Midnight Club, I really like racing and stuff like that. I think all of those things is related to how we feel innately. Like
Yeah.
if I had the chance, I want to go on a racetrack. Like, I want to try out different cars just as much as I did in the games. Like you ever get that feeling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been so disassociated as a kid and stuff that I was so in my mind that I didn't care about toy cars and this reality. I was all just, hey, I like it when it's in the game. So I'm kind of speaking for me on that. But now that I'm like older and getting more involved with things, I'm like, oh, you can travel. I can travel here. I can build things here. I can all these things and imaginations that I feel innately in myself that I feel comfortable with. It's like I'm feeling the groundness nowadays to express it. Like I have a foundation
Mm.
now, some kind of foundation. And now I feel like building here. All these things and experiences going on. All my alien like experience. Or very
Do,
human.
do you feel drawn to any parts of the world?
Where it's hot at. But no, not really. No, not really. Just real open spaces. Open spaces. That's the kind of things I like. I like open spaces where I'm able to move around and still go to where it's a lot of where it's crowded at.
See the sky,
Yeah. But
or
I'll
be
being
able to
too
see the
far
sky.
off. But I'll being too far off unless that's like my second place. Like I want to live off grid, but I don't want to be alone.
Imagine migrating. Imagine if like we still migrated in some aspect. Like everybody just moved at some point.
Yeah, if that was an average thing, most people don't move out the city they grew up in. So like if that became more of a thing, I think it would just help people. I think it would make people more calm, or just expand people's mind for whatever it got to be.
Mm.
Like, oh, it's not just I'm not just caught up in my neighborhood
Because
and
we're not
gotta kill
trees.
people. Yeah, yeah, we're not trees. We don't have to be here no matter what, and fight over the air and the oxygen, and like we don't even know how to share that well. We probably need to be traveling. Humans don't know how to share that well to occupy the same space with thousands of people.
Well,
Start forming gangs.
how many of us read our owner's manuals?
I'm just hopping and get the ripping and rooming. I go through that imagination. I'll be thinking of when I be driving, I be seeing people going to the dealership and only going through the or me through another personality and I just shape it as another body and like, oh, that's not me. That's what somebody else would be doing. But it's me going in there saying, yeah, I don't even look under my hood. Like, I just take it to can you just fix my car real quick? I'll be back in 3 days. A lot of people like that. But that's why you gotta have a
Push
trusted
button, push
yeah, you
button.
push button start.
Well, I mean, instant gratification. A lot of our Western culture is built upon that. A seed doesn't just shoot up and provide you fruit the next day. No, it takes a little while.
Yeah. I think that too has to come with experiences that a lot of people don't know that they missing out on. Cause like the mechanic, you had some people have they trusted mechanic. And they like, hey, I don't want to know nothing about cars. I got this trusted mechanic. And that mechanic is really like getting into the heart of the car. You know what I mean by that? Like,
Right.
no, yeah, like I love cars, the body of it, how it moves, how the transmission interacts with this and the engine gears, how they, you know what I mean? Just breaking it down, how everything just interacts
Right.
with each other and makes the one piece what the car is. Like, you can get that for yourself at a lot of times. And
Right.
for me, like, I like to dig into shit like that.
You're at
I'm like,
115 though.
oh, yep, about that time. Thanks for the heads up. Because
Yes,
the
sir.
book is actually covering the time, so I can't. But yeah, now that I see that this all gone, we got the better camera quality. The internet is zipping and zooming. Oh, and thanks for helping out Exile True Life over there, True Life Stories with his computer situation.
Yeah,
I
man.
saw him posting the pictures. I was like, oh, no more buffer life.
It's the understanding. You get a deeper understanding about the environment around you. You can mold it to your benefit
Upgrading the
and your own
spirit.
qualities. Your own qualities around you. The own little dedication. I mean, everybody's got a different. Everybody's got something different to offer.
That's why we all up in this game.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you. Have yourself a beautiful day.
Hey, you too, Exile. Thanks for coming on through the PSy Tai Podcast.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm gonna reconnect this one more time and then we out of here. I'm gonna get this part figured out too. I had to freeze on me like leaning over. But yeah, thank y'all all for coming on through. Yosef, thank you, Yosef Big Chill, for coming through in the chat box. I'm out of here. Gonna get some air and do what's